Right now at noon, it's another dangerously hot day across southern Wisconsin. The First Warn Weather Team is tracking the temps along with severe storms. Plus, hear how extreme heat like this impacts student athletes and what can be done about it. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Josh Spreiter. We will get to that alert day forecast in a moment, but first we have breaking news at this hour. One pedestrian has been taken to the hospital after a car crash on the city's south side. Madison police say the incident happened in the area of West Olin Avenue and South Park Street. That is just south of Monona Bay. Right now, West Olin is shut down between South Park Street and Lowell Street. Motorists are advised to find an alternate route as this does remain an active scene. We are tracking severe weather along with an excessive heat warning. First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio with the very latest. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, we did have a couple of stronger storms that fired up over the last couple of hours right over Madison and areas to the east. In fact, we did have some severe thunderstorm warnings. Most of these storms are now starting to move out of our area, but we still have some pretty good storms there near Watertown. Also toward Jefferson as well. You can see on our live high-resolution radar the intense rain, a lot of lightning with some of these storms. This extends down to the south and west through the Watertown area, then just to the east of Dane County. That's where we're seeing some of those storms. That is all shifting onto the east. So that's one round of storms that has popped up, likely to be affecting the Milwaukee area primarily for the rest of the afternoon. We're getting back into some sunshine, and even though we did have some rain-cooled air here recently, it is starting to heat up, and it will heat up fairly quickly. We look at our future track radar, not indicating a whole lot, but the temperatures are going to be warming up. Already up to 90 off to the west. We had that rain-cooled air because some of these thunderstorms in the vicinity. That's why our heat index, not too much of a factor yet. In Madison, it's 84, but look at Janesville. Feels like 111 across Dane County. It feels like the 80s just simply because we did have some of that rain-cooled air. The dew point's 81, just sultry, oppressive conditions right now in Janesville. Our dew point in Madison is at 73. First Warn alert day because of the hot temperatures and some of these severe storms that may pop up again later this evening. Heat alerts, we do have a excessive heat warning in effect today. So expect that temperature to jump up quickly. Eventually we will see some storms, but it looks like most of this will hold off until the evening. We'll track those for you coming up in about 15 minutes.
Boy, poor Janesville, that 111, that is something.
Yeah, 81 dew point. Ouch.
Yikes. All right, Kelly, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. The heat can create dangerous conditions for student athletes. Exertional heat stroke, or EHS, is among the most dangerous heat illnesses. It's caused by vigorous exercise in hot and humid conditions and can become deadly unless treated right away. CBS's Elaine Keano visits a school where prevention is a top priority.
It's time for football practice once again at Red Bank Regional High School in New Jersey.
Walk outside.
Roaming the sidelines is certified athletic trainer Christina Emmerich.
If you recognize it in treatment, exertional heat stroke is 100% survivable.
Among the tools she uses to protect students, this device, which measures what's called the wet bulb globe temperature. That number tells Emmerich how much heat stress athletes may be experiencing.
When you look at exertional heat stroke, how big of a problem is this in high schools?
So it's one of the 3 leading causes of death in high school sport in America. And a lot of our field tests.
Doug Casa is the CEO of the Corey Stringer Institute, named after the Minnesota Vikings player who died of heat-related illness in 2001. The Institute's mission includes the prevention of heat-related sudden deaths and helping rehabilitate athletes.
Basketball here first.
Among them, Ryan Swoboda.
I remember I got there and I wanted to prove myself.
In July 2017, on his 3rd day of practice as a freshman on UVA's football team, Swoboda collapsed. His core temperature had shot up to a life-threatening 109 degrees. He spent 3 weeks in the hospital and more than a year in rehabilitation.
I had damage to a lot of my organs.
But he recovered and went on to play professionally in the NFL. The Corey Stringer Institute recommends schools have athletes get acclimated to the heat before practicing in full uniform. Take mandatory water breaks and have a cooling tub to treat overheated players. Also key,
Make sure their high school has an athletic trainer because they don't want to depend on a coach if their child is going to die or live when they have a medical emergency.
Elaine Quijano, CBS News.
So as for that wet bulb globe temperature, experts say it's a more accurate measure of what athletes experience because it takes into account the ambient temperature, relative humidity, wind speed, and radiation from the sun. Well, today is the first day of fall move-in for UW-Madison students, taking place over the next 2 days. And while many will be moving into a dorm room, some 27% will be sharing a space off campus to save on rent. That's according to new research by a Chicago-based consulting firm. They also say the typical percentage of college students sharing a room is just 10%. The authors of that study recommend UW-Madison consider significant investments to boost on-campus housing. The SpaceX mission bringing civilians to new heights is on hold after mechanical issues arose this morning. In a post, SpaceX wrote the mission is postponed while teams take a, quote, closer look at a ground-side helium leak. The 4-person crew has spent 2 years practicing for the mission that's set to include the first civilian spacewalk and launch astronauts farther into space than any have flown in 60 years. Those hoping to see them take off will now have to wait for at least one more day. Today, a federal judge temporarily blocked a landmark effort to offer 500,000 immigrants a path to U.S. citizenship. The Texas judge's order applies to a Biden administration's executive order that would grant legal status to undocumented immigrants married to American citizens. President Biden's policy allowed unauthorized immigrants to apply for temporary work permits and have deportation protections if they're married to a U.S. citizen and have lived in the U.S. at least 10 years.
They're supposed to leave the country and get their green card from traveling abroad. So that's obviously a huge inconvenience and separates families.
Today's decision followed a lawsuit by 16 states with Republicans attorney generals. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance is coming back to Wisconsin. He is scheduled to speak and appear tomorrow evening around 6:30. He will be at the Amerilux Families of Companies building talking about the economy, inflation, and energy. This will be his 4th visit to Wisconsin this month. His last visit to the state was in Kenosha a week ago. Still ahead for us on a Tuesday afternoon when you can expect to see the newest iPhone, plus some air travelers getting a steep discount on first-class seats. Well, they turned out to be too good to be true.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon, moving forward.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Hi there, Brad Beasley and my daughter Marlena here for Tundraland.
It's back to school time, and together we can help Wisconsin kids in need.
We call it Bath to Backpack.
With your help, Tundraland will donate 1 backpack full of school supplies to a local student for every appointment this month.
And for a limited time, you get free installation, no payments for a full year, and free upgraded fixtures.
We all win.
Call 1-800-TUNDRALAND or go to tundraland.com today.
800-TUNDRALAND. Tundraland.com.
I was robbed. They tried to run me over with a getaway car. He almost killed me right over here. He was laughing as he fractured my skull.
Amanda's attacker was an illegal immigrant drug dealer, arrested twice before, but released by San Francisco DA Kamala Harris.
If Kamala Harris hadn't let him out, this never would have happened to me.
Kamala put violent illegals, convicted felons, back on the streets.
Kamala just doesn't care about protecting people like me.
Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
News 3 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4.
Apple says it will unveil its latest iPhones and watches on September 9th. The event will be live streamed on the tech giant's website and the Apple TV app. As is typical for Apple, the new products likely won't be available to buy for another few weeks following the unveiling. More than 20 additional Red Lobster locations will be closing in the coming days as part of the seafood chain's bankruptcy process. The company is selling itself to Fortress Investment Group. More than 100 restaurants closed earlier this summer after the company filed for Chapter 11. Roughly 500 Red Lobster locations will remain open after these latest closings. And some air travelers got a steep discount on first-class seats that turned out to be too good to be true. Australian airline Qantas accidentally sold 300 first-class tickets between Australia and the U.S. for almost 85% off the usual price. That means tickets that normally range from $13,000 to $20,000 were sold for less than $3,400. The company is blaming a coding flaw in its booking system. It has since been fixed. Customers who bought the cheap tickets have the option of getting a refund or being reassigned to business class. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Here's a look at the stocks at the noon hour. The Dow down 54 points, NASDAQ up 8, and the S&P 500 up 4. Our Call for Action volunteers are in the building today taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Remember, you can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. We are watching your egg prices straight ahead along with the alert day and the First Warn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, Consumer Reports for the first time ranking used cars, helping you find the most reliable car that fits your needs.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. Smooth patio blocks are just $133 each. Foaming Wasp and Hornet Killer, only $149. An 8-pack of sports drink is $4.99. A 12-pack of toilet paper, only $3.79. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry in before time runs out. Sign up for Menards emails to get more hot deals, plus the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Your best night's sleep starts on a new Beauty Rest from Steinhoffels. Save up to $1,000 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Queen mattresses start at $399. Upgrade your sleep to the luxury and comfort of the Beauty Rest Black and get up to $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at only $36 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month financing. Sleep better tonight on a new Beauty Rest. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
I will make it a top priority to bring down costs for all Americans.
Her plan? She'll take on big oil and drug companies who rip us off, penalize big corporations who price gouge us on food and gas, and make billionaires pay their fair share.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
EDF Action Votes and FFPAC are responsible for the content of this advertising.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Higher. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
You can hear that chain going around, bringing your door up, the springs that they're moving, the shaft. Hey, Madison, your garage door isn't supposed to be loud. Here at Precision, we can make it a whole lot quieter.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
News 3 Now, covering election 2024 every step of the way. From Chicago
As Kamala says, when we fight, we win.
to Milwaukee
The energy is there, and we want to be part of it.
and everywhere the candidates stop in our crucial swing state.
My 4th trip to Wisconsin since I became the VP nominee.
We'll be there, talking to you, the people, and covering the issues that matter right here. 3 for the people, only on News 3 Now, moving forward. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Bianchi from the Midwest Farm Report is continuing her farm tour of Alaska. So here are your farm numbers. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. First, Weather meteorologist Kelly Slifka is on the weather patio. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good afternoon, Josh. It is heating up now. We had a couple of storms pop up, and we still actually have some ongoing strong to severe storms. In fact, just had a warning now issued for parts of Rock County. See this solid area of red indicating really heavy downpours. There could be some hail with that, but I wouldn't also doubt with all that rain-cooled air just rushing out of that thunderstorm complex, could see some really gusty winds come out of that. So in the Milton area, Whitewater area, just north of Janesville, northeast of Janesville, watch out for some of these winds that could be coming out of this cell because you can really see how red that is. And this extends all the way up into parts of Jefferson County, Dodge County. Still have the ongoing severe thunderstorm warning up until 12:45. Could produce some penny-sized hail, so basically 3/4 of an inch in diameter as everything is pushing on to the east. All right, we do have a slight risk of severe weather up until this evening. It looks like our best chances will be coming in. Lesser chances to the west. And as far as what impacts we can expect, winds are about equal with hail, basically south of Dallas, south of Lone Rock, all the way toward Milwaukee and Chicago. All right, we still have some watches. We have a severe thunderstorm watch now issued for parts of Rock and Walworth County up until 4 o'clock. Have the alert date. I know we had some storms roll through earlier, but it is heating up quickly with the sun reappearing all of southern Wisconsin. We can't rule out some more strong storms developing as we go into the evening hours. It looks like later this evening. We'll track that for you coming up. But heat index likely to be climbing above the triple digits here later this afternoon. Coming down, though, we will start to get a little bit of a break as we head into the evening hours, as we do have a cold front running through, and that will drop the humidity gradually as we go through tomorrow, and also definitely noticeable as we go into the later part of the week and into the weekend, a dramatic shift in our weather pattern going into the weekend. So we saw all these storms that fired up across Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. We're kind of on the tail end of it, on the southern periphery of this storm complex. That's why we've had some of these storms basically blew up right over Madison areas to the east, and they're starting to really see it areas to the east. So watching our future track, as temperatures are in the lower 90s this afternoon, we'll back off a little bit. Starting to see a little bit more of a west to northwest flow coming in, dropping our temperatures as we go through the evening. And this future track not really indicating much early this evening. This wants to develop well after dark as we get toward 11 o'clock hour, midnight hour, seeing some of these storms fire up and noticing how it does want to develop a line basically from Watertown, Juneau, right through Madison, then down toward Darlington and southern Wisconsin, moving through the Janesville area as we go through the overnight. All that should be out of here by the morning hours. Right now it's 80 in Madison, but 89 right now in Lone Rock, 90 in Bosqueville, 91 in Janesville, and across Dane County. We had the thunderstorm complex drop our temperatures a little bit, but they are heating up quickly now, well into the 80s as you go off to the western parts of Dane County. All right, our first warm forecast, the alert day. We've got the storms ongoing right now. We've got the heat that's building across the area. More evening storms tonight. As we go into our Thursday, more chances of storms, it looks like, in the afternoon hours and evening hours. Much cooler weather going into the weekend right now. Labor Day, high only of 73.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen combining two favorite dishes.
Potato salad is one of those dishes that, although we eat it all year long, it's most popular during the summer since it's cool and refreshing. But now that summer's coming to a close, we have a version that's perfect for the cooler weather. It's baked potato salad that's served warm, and boy, is it ever good. We begin by baking 4 to 5 potatoes until they're fork tender. Once they are, we let them cool slightly before cutting them up and placing them in a large bowl. To that, we add a container of sour cream, some sliced scallions, a good amount of cheddar cheese, some melted butter, a little salt and pepper, and everyone's favorite, some crumbled bacon. We toss everything together, then spoon this into a casserole dish before baking it off. And whether you serve this with burgers or a slow-cooked pot roast, it's just as fitting. Yep, it has everything we love about a loaded baked potato in the form of potato salad. So don't wait another minute. Head over to our website and type in loaded baked potato salad. I'm sure you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a potato lover's way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Just ahead, UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Swader joins us with some food safety tips as we send the kids back to school. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest until 2026. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I will make it a top priority to bring down costs for all Americans.
Her plan? She'll take on big oil and drug companies who rip us off, penalize big corporations who price gouge us on food and gas, and make billionaires pay their fair share.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
LCB Victory Fund and FF PAC are responsible for the content of this ad.
It's their classic rock that brings audiences to their feet. It's Blue Oyster Cult, performing live Saturday, August 31st at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets on sale now through Ticketmaster. Over 5 decades of music, thrilling fans everywhere. It's Blue Oyster Cult, August 31st at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
There's a side of Eric Hovde you might not know. In his 20s, he was diagnosed with MS, and in that moment, his life and priorities changed. Eric started Hovde Homes. Hovde Homes rescue abandoned children from sex trafficking and slavery. For children who never experienced real love, Hovde Homes offer the love, care, and support they need to heal. MS changed Eric's life, and thousands of children are alive today because of it.
Hi there. Brad Beasley and my daughter Marlena here for Tundraland.
It's back to school time, and together we can help Wisconsin kids in need.
We call it Bath to Backpack.
With your help, Tundraland will donate 1 backpack filled with school supplies to a local student for every appointment this month.
And for a limited time, you get free installation, no payments for a full year, and free upgraded fixtures.
We all win.
Call 1-800-TUNDRALAND or go to tundraland.com today.
800-TUNDRALAND. Tundraland.com.
Welcome back. UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Swader is back with us at noon today. And of course, we're talking back to school time, and you're going to help make it a little easier for parents.
Yes, as we get rid of the pool parties and the vacations, people kind of look forward to having some structure. But we're trying to freshen up kind of the old-fashioned lunch. So instead of focusing on the sandwich and the juice box and that kind of thing, we want to focus on low added sugar, more protein, more produce, vegetables and fruit. So there's lots of options that you can choose that are ready-made. So starting on your end, we've got a lot of proteins that you can choose from. Proteins are really going to help you stay full. Even little things like pre-packaged pickles and olives just make it really easy to throw together something. The downside of those is that can be a little expensive if you buy a lot of them. So these little bento box sized meal containers can be really helpful as you kind of try to make something a little different.
Yeah, you know, I look at this like good in a pinch, but it'd be better to find the routine and be able to make these going forward.
Yeah, and you can definitely set these up, you know, where you can make 3 or 4 at a time. It could be something left over like this egg salad. Some sort of fruit is like a healthy carb. Again, lots of veggies everywhere, lots of protein everywhere. Having your little containers for your dip or your salsa or your dressing can really bring everything together. If you've got something that maybe you're going to kind of construct a charcuterie plate or something like that. So a lot of good choices. And it's important to just kind of think outside the box. You know, we really get into a rut, a routine, you know, buy the economy bag of chips, you know, but there's a lot of things you can do to kind of keep the processed food low, keep the nutrition high as we move into the fall.
I think about how much has changed since I was a kid. I know we always like to say that, but like that classic brown bag lunch, you know, you can build a nice routine here and focus on getting the protein that these kids need to be able to stay healthy and be active.
Yeah, and when you're looking at protein versus sugar, you know, when you're looking performance in the classroom, you know, the better nutrition you can have, the more focus, the more concentrated, the better sleep the kids get at night. So it's really just helpful for learning, for adults too, if we pack our lunch, but definitely for the kids. So really kind of taking a new look at things and thinking outside the box and seeing what kind of fresh fruits and vegetables and protein that we can give. That should be the focus.
And it doesn't have to be too difficult, too. You can do what works for you and then build that routine and go off of that.
Yeah, it can be something new. It can be something leftovers. It can be something just sliced up that you put in a container. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be difficult at all.
And make it kind of fun for the kids, too. I know, like the charcuterie, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bougie, but
yeah,
kind of fun
you get to, you know, kind of eat with your fingers and create each separate bite is a little bit different. So it makes it a little bit more interesting than, again, just maybe the traditional brown bag lunch.
Awesome. All right, it's so weird talking that back to school is right here already,
I know,
isn't
it seems early.
Yeah, summer's wrapping up. Well, hey, we appreciate it, Michelle Swader. As
Thanks
always,
a lot.
thank you. Let's get to Kelly now with the final check of the forecast, and still feeling like summer, Kelly.
It sure is, and now we've got some storms out there as well. We've had some strong to severe storms, especially areas east of Madison. We saw them develop right over Madison, but most of the severe weather threat right now is east. In fact, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. This is the latest that came out of parts of Rock County, southern Jefferson County, and Walworth County, in effect until 12:45. Basically east of Koshkonong, south of Fort Atkinson, headed right over Whitewater right now, east of Milton, headed toward, as we look at the track of this, it should be headed toward Elkhorn at about 12:46. The line that moved through parts of Jefferson and Dodge counties, most of that has now moved on toward Waukesha County and out of our viewing area where the severe thunderstorm warnings continue. All this is moving on to the east. I think we're going to get a break here, but it is really starting to heat up with that sun that's reappearing now. Low to mid 90s expected across the area. The heat index above 100, some getting close to 110 this afternoon. Another chance for some strong to severe storms this evening. And then by tomorrow, we'll notice a drop in our temperatures. Highs only in the lower 80s. Another chance for some storms that'll be developing, it looks like later Thursday. Right now, it's setting up for a beautiful holiday weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday all look dry. Temperatures in the 80s to start the weekend, dropping down into the lower 70s by Labor Day. So it may actually feel a little bit more like fall. And of course, we've got the Badger home game on Friday. Looks pretty good football weather for that.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Looking forward to those 70s. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Make it a great afternoon. Stay tuned to News 3 Now for the latest of your weather updates. We'll be back with an update here on Live at 4.